Hello and welcome to the Easy As podcast.
Hosted by the lovely Wanji and very opinionated Derrick,
The Easy As podcast looks to provide unique input and opinions on trending topics from around the world.
while also trying to create awareness and educative space for all this life.
We are not that serious though, because we are easy like that.
Hello, and welcome back to the Easy As podcast. It's been a minute since we got on here. It's crazy. Like we've been up and about, but things have finally settled down enough for us to record. I hope that you guys have been doing well. We've been doing okay. Personally, I've been doing okay. I don't know about Wanji. She'll tell you. Wanji, speak to the people.
Hello. Well, sasa habari zenu ama mtu anasalimiananga aje? But I've been good. Things have been happening. Left, right, and center. Adulting. But oh well, we are good.
Yeah. From time to time, it's important to it's important to take time off and reflect. And this has been our time of reflecting, although it has been rather forced, especially for me on my end. It's been rather forced because I've I found that I've been hella busy, hella crazy. Like you've been texting and saying, "Oh yeah, can we record? Do you have the time?" And I'm like, "Okay, let me see if I can find time." And then the day ends without me even getting back to you on whether we can record or not. But we're here now,
Imagine
and
ananiblue
let's make the
Wah,
most of it. Where
it's fine.
wacha, where
It's
wacha.
fine. Ni sawa, Mungu anakuona.
If he kama angekuwa ananiona singekuwa hapa sahi. It's been his mercies. I am blinded by his grace. Ni God manzi, si ati nini ama nini.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been crazy. Personally, you're the one who has actually been updating me on things that have been happening. Just a few minutes ago, you've actually told me something else. But I haven't watched the news for like a month and a half now.
Aki mimi nimekuwa nikiona news like every day. Like acha tu niseme ni kama nakuwa mzee lakini kijana mzee.
Ni kuzeeka. Kijana mzee. That's crazy. So yeah, I haven't watched the news for like a month and a half. It's crazy because I've been thinking about why I haven't why I haven't been watching the news, and I'm like, I don't have a legit reason as to why, except for the fact that maybe now I'm still maybe in like post-election shock and whatever, and mourning and whatever. So yeah, like I'm not in a place where I can see like Rigi G and be happy about it. Not yet.
Please heal.
Sijafurahia hiyo maneno. I am not happy.
Heal.
Hata leo ni we're recording this on Mashujaa Day, and like I've in all my years since like I was a kid, I've always tuned in to listen to the president's speech on like these occasions. But like this one nimeona tu hapana. I'm not going to do it. I don't have the energy. I don't have that kind of strength to do it yet. Not yet. Yeah, I have 10 more years of it. So anyway, nitazoea tu eventually. But not now.
Slabda baba
Not
sit.
now.
Never know.
Na wewe waache hiyo maneno. Hiyo mambo tulimaliza manzi. Tulimaliza hiyo maneno. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to revisit. Let us just let it float in the air and disappear.
You know you're not the only one.
The faster we move on, the better.
You know, I was talking to my dad and he was like, next elections I won't vote because why am I voting? Like he felt
What's the point?
like alifeel mbona na vote kama mtu wangu hataingia. So I'm kind of disappointed juu hata kuwa na practice his democratic rights, but at the same time I'm respecting his wishes. So you're not the only one. Hata yeye
Like
naona doesn't sit well.
That's what I think apathy is, and like this, we become like we get at some point we just realize there is no point at it because you can't get used to losing. You see, huwezi zoea kushindwa, Like wezi kuwa unasema okay, I'm just going to vote just because I can. Like no, there has to be an end goal to why we vote. Like you see, like if like let's say for example take for example my mom. My mom has been voting since like the 90s, and like I think her candidate only won like in 2002. I think that was the only time the entire country was like genuinely happy about who had been voted in as president. And like
Mhm.
since then, like it's been my parents have been taking serious L's kutoka 2002.
Wow.
And so
Lakini
like you even parents, you get to a point where you realize I can't keep voting if my person is never going to win. Like what's the point, you see? If it's always going to be,
mm,
oh, this time they were rigged out, this time they just genuinely lost, this time it was this time it was that, we can't keep hearing like, we can't keep taking L's on a consistent level like that. It's not healthy. It's not healthy.
it's not healthy. But on the other side, I was like kind of
Mm-hmm.
disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Like over the years, amekuwa akivote wale wamekuwa wakishinda, and then this is the only time like amevote and then huyo mwenye alikuwa amevotea kushinda. So me don't get it, but oh well.
But anyway, if we start getting into the like nitty gritty of like why we vote and why we should and why certain people lost and why certain people won, this discussion will never end. Like it's even now it's still like an ongoing discussion on. But the faster we like get over it, vile Mahat alikuwa atuambia, like we should get over it. The faster we get over it, the better it will be for all of us. We have 10 years to get used to
Mm-hmm.
this whole situation.
Five
Because let's
years.
be honest with one another. No, it's not, let's be honest, Wanji. Tuache mambo ya kudanganyana. It's not healthy to lie to one another.
Sawa basi 10 basi
It's not
10
healthy.
mwisho.
Let's not. Yeah, let's not. Tusiambiane mambo ya 5 years. It's not going to be 5 years, bro. It's 10.
Mm.
And then tuone kama Rigiji atapewa sub. We shall
Please
see.
heal. Mm.
Yeah, I will. I will. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so like besides the whole political situation in the country, which we'll get to later on, what else has been happening? I also haven't been like on Twitter for a minute, so I don't even
So
know
there
what's
was
been happening. The same time I stopped
there
watching
was
news, the same time I stopped being on Twitter.
una miss mingi. So a couple
Uh
weeks
huh. Mhm.
kumekuwa na this incidents yeah, like young people are killing
Mhm.
themselves, young people are like depressed, the society is sick,
Mhm.
like they are killing themselves over kitu kidogo tu, like kitu kidogo. And sijui kama ni last week
Mhm.
ama last week but one, it was mental awareness week where we
Mhm.
commemorate the people, like
Mhm.
the people who are sick mentally. We like you just
Mhm.
you get it. But I came up with
I
I
get what you're saying. Mhm.
yeah, so I saw this piece and it inspired me, like even
Mhm.
though we are sick as a society, these things
Mhm.
are like these things are there, but we should Kizuri inapotea we. So
Go get your school
acha niwasomee
fees.
acha niwasomee this kapis that like I came across it like in the internet. There will
Mhm.
be sadness, there will be
Mhm.
pain, there will be heartbreak, there will be grief, there will be brokenness. But there is hope, grace, and there is mercy, and there will be rest, and there will be celebration, and there will be light, and there will be healing. So those out there who are suffering, who are like having troubles coming out, saying they need help, just know at the end of the day there will be healing, there will be hope, there will be grace. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I always have this like saying that I'm always a believer that like things will get better eventually. And then the problem I usually face is like when I tell people, oh yeah, things will get better eventually, don't worry. I always get the rebuttal of like, when will things get better? When will eventually come? And like, that's something I never have an answer to, except now I only the only thing I can always like tell people is like, just like focus on the positives, focus on the things that you can control, and the things that you cannot control, let it be. Like just focus on the things you can control and be happy about the fact that you can control those things, right? And then also, like, even if things don't get better as quickly as you would expect them to, they will at least balance themselves out. Like, it won't always be bad, and then it won't always be good. There'll always be that middle ground. And like, the one thing you can always be assured of, even if it doesn't get better or it doesn't get worse, is that it will always go back to the middle, like that middle place. And I rest my hope inside that knowledge that, if it doesn't get better and it doesn't get worse, it will stay in the middle. And you know, but like 50%, I'm just in the middle is fine. You can cope with just in the middle. But if like there are helplines for people if you need people to talk to. So just all I can say is, you know, someone has your back. Someone cares about you, and like whenever you feel like it's it's not going as you would like it to, you can always just reach out to those people. And I'm sure everybody in the world has someone. Everybody in the world has someone. And like, you know, again, focus on the things that you can control and focus on the positives always. And that's
Yeah.
that's that's literally all I can say. Like, it's a sad state of affairs that, like, um mental health issues are not being taken as seriously as they should, especially even especially amongst the youth. Like, it's I see memes like unakuaje depressed
Wow.
na unaweza fanya kitu fulani, unakuaje depressed na unaweza, so like, and
The pressure.
so like, even then, that's yeah, that is an indication in itself that, like, we're not taking mental health issues as seriously as we should. And it's sad,
Yeah.
but like, the more we create awareness around these issues, the easier it gets for people to like come out and speak, instead of keeping to themselves and then end up like self-harming, and all that stuff. So yeah, talk to someone. The lines are always open, I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's call it what it is,
Yeah,
but let's not stop there.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So yeah,
Well,
I've been juzi nilisikia, because again, I haven't been on Twitter, but I've been seeing memes fly around. And Saig, I think everything has to be explained to me for the next couple of weeks as I try to get back on my social media saddle. Anyway, so like, what's this thing about red thighs that I've been reading? What's been happening over there?
inaweka watu on toes. Kama kunaweza kuwa na kitu kama hiyo inaweza weka watu Nairobi on toes. Irilisiwe kila wiki.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
red thighs,
Mm-hmm.
research red thighs,
Mm-hmm.
like hata not necessarily walikuwa wanasema mostly women, eh, inaitwaje, those
Mm-hmm.
girls that are conceived during morning period ama
Mm-hmm.
some pali mtu amekufa, pali mtu, so they are conceived that period before they
Mm-hmm.
bury someone ama sijui ni nini. So the first
Mm-hmm.
be
Mm-hmm.
seven people wale wana get intimate with them die, so the eighth person
Mm-hmm.
ana survive. Hii sijui kaa ni kweli ama it's just
Wait.
fiction
Ebu,
story.
hold up, because I'm struggling to kind of hold up, because I'm kind of struggling to understand. So like, I don't, Ebu, repeat that whole thing again, because like, I did not get anything, like, at
Huh?
all.
As
Like,
in
what?
these are girls
Mm-hmm.
conceived in the
Mm-hmm.
morning, or not ile ya morning period, wale watu
Like, say,
wamekufa.
say someone dies, and
Mhm.
then we're in the
Mhm.
period where we are mourning for this person, like before they're buried,
Yes.
ni before
Yeah.
they're buried, okay.
That
and then
period.
this person is conceived during this period before this person is buried. So
Mm-hmm.
like any other person that gets intimate with this child that was conceived during this period,
Mm-hmm.
is the first 7 people die when.
Yeah.
Okay, that. What? Okay, that's crazy. So like
Yeah,
why has it
why
why has
now?
it been such an issue?
Cause see people die. Wewe mtu anakufa, 7 people die, and then your eighth anaponea. They die mysteriously,
So
like
okay, people, okay,
out
because
of
I don't.
nowhere.
Okay, so for okay,
Mhm.
just so I can get a better understanding of this. Say you Wanji were
Mhm.
conceived during this period when people are mourning for someone.
Mhm.
Is it someone,
Mhm.
or is it like, does it has to be
Mhm.
a person of a specific gender?
I don't think so. It's just someone.
Okay, so okay, chill. So God forbid, I die. See no, saini me
My
dead.
first
Kwa hii situation,
child
kwa hii situation,
died.
kwa hii situation saini mededi, si ndio? Just to get a
Eh.
better understanding.
Mm.
Alafu wewe ukuwe conceived wakati watu wana mourn my death before
Mhm.
nizikwe.
Mhm.
Ukikuwa mkubwa, ukicome of age,
Mhm.
when you now start having like getting intimate with people, the first
Mhm.
7 people you get intimate with will die
Yeah.
mysteriously.
Imagine.
Okay. And do they die immediately? Ama like they die after a period of time?
Hapo sijui sasa, lakini they die mysteriously. Like kifo si ya kawaida.
That that's crazy. That makes, to me, that makes no sense. I don't know, cause like I figured like people will die all the time. So why is it special just because you've died after having sex with someone? Like people will die all the time. Like how do you just not know that it's random? How do you know that it's not a random thing where these people just mysteriously died? You know, because like, I'm
Yeah.
struggling to wrap my mind around it. But I will research it. Pia mimi ndio nielewe vizuri.
Mambo ya
So
Twitter, achia mambo ya Twitter juu. He?
you see, that's why I took
Achana na
time
mambo.
off of that. That's why I took time off of that app, because what the fuck is that? Like, why is that? Why
Oh.
would you bring that up now?
Like why now? Like
Why now? Like, But anyway, people.
why? Let me
Twitter is a
see.
mad space, bro.
Anyway.
Let's just.
Hiyo inafaa kutafutiwa. No.
Twitter is a mad space. Like the earlier people realize that Twitter is a mad space, like the better it will be. Hmm?
Mm.
I used to think like Facebook was a mad place. Like Facebook isn't even crazy.
Ah,
Isn't even as crazy as Twitter. Juzi nilisikia mtu akisema Facebook ni ushago, and I'm like, why would you?
by the way, najua Facebook it got hacked kind of way. I think so. It got hacked
What?
and yeah, like ni incident ya 3 weeks ago ama ni 2 weeks ago.
I
Ilikuwa ina
swear to God,
hang
kwani
hang.
nimekuwa nikiishi
Ilikuwa
kwa
Twitter. Wewe umekuwa
nime-
ukiishi kwa shimo.
mi nimekuwa
Ilihakiwa some
caveman,
kind
bro.
of ilikuwa hacked some kind of way. I don't know but ilikuwa ka story yeah. Lakini they were back in no time.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah. Anyway, how like I've been seeing when, cause like mimi I get my news squeezy kutoka kwa statuses za watu. It's been, I'm like anyway.
Memes
I should really I
actually.
should really get back online. Memes has become my form of getting news. So they've been the cabinet appointees have been they have been vetted this week. Has that process been concluded? Ama bado inaendelea next week Monday.
I think bado inaendelea next week. You see
Okay.
what?
Have you
Ndio
have you been watching
wanaongelea.
have you been watching have you been watching all the proceedings
Not
za hizo
all.
vettings?
A few. A
Mhm.
few wale nilikuwa I was eager kuwaona. Nilikuwa nataka kusikia what they have to say. So I have a question for
Who
you.
did you who did you
So,
who
well,
Mhm.
uh, so I have a question for you.
No,
So
go
kwa
ahead, go ahead.
hiyo
Mhm.
so walikuwa na like they sit there walikuwa wanapeana their professional papers, academic papers, what they do. Sasa walikuwa wanauliza this is the first
Mhm.
question like
Mhm.
how much are you worth? Mm?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Or how much am I worth?
Yeah, hiyo ilikuanga the first questions walikuwa wanaulizwa like before au wengine wanapewa the chance ya kuuliza maswali. It's
Uh-huh.
kinda sparked some conversation huko Twitter. We unapata mtu
In
ako
regards
in regards unapata
in
mtu ako wa pesa mingi and then he's vying for that sake.
yeah, like people I guess to them they will mask it as being like we want to serve, quote unquote, but we all really know that it's not for them. It's not really serving. It's about like increasing their wealth. Quote, like for example, like if I saw like Musalia said he had a net worth of like 4 billion, right?
Wow.
Like why would someone who
Wow.
has a net worth of 4 billion want anything to do with being a minister, bro?
Ati
Yeah, a cabinet
1983
secretary.
he was a minister of something somewhere here
Yeah,
in
he was
Kenya.
like he was
Ai,
the minister of
ilikuwa where?
finance.
Wow.
Mhm. He was
Lakini
he was the minister of finance. He was then became deputy prime minister in the like grand coalition government and all that. But so he was also deputy vice president for like a month. I think he was vice president to Moi for like a short period of time. So he's been around, and so like for him to come and also now tell us he wants to be essentially the prime minister again, because like that's the positioning and but you it's just
wow, that's the
repackaged to
position.
whatever.
Said see like he was not prime
Prime
minister,
cabinet
like
secretary.
yeah, mwenye ana oversee
Yeah,
all the
that's
cabinet. Ah,
yeah, that's essentially prime minister. It's just a different name. The prime cabinet secretary, prime minister, same thing. It's just that the name is just different, but the job description is essentially the same. There's
wow.
actually there's actually there's actually a discussion on whether like his job description is essentially the same as the deputy president's, but they cleared all that up because they had to. Like that's why I'm not even like watching the news anymore, because legally we don't have the position of like prime CS. Like you would need to
Mm.
essentially change the
Haiko.
constitution, but because the speaker is of the majority, he can then just overrule over that and just say like no, it is legally bounded, which is what he said. And these guys are the majority, which legally it's not, but so that's why it becomes difficult for me to like stay up to date with things that are happening in this country, because like those that are in power will bend the law to fit the narratives they want to sell. And like I just feel like I'm not for that anyway. But anyway, we'll see how things go. So anyway, in regards to
Mm.
like easy my CS appointments, who was the most interesting person to you, like who stood out
Ah,
kwa zile ambazo uliwatch, ama who are
yeah,
you looking forward to listening to and what
anaitwa
did they say?
anaitwa Kizuri Kindiki. Huyo Kizuri Kindiki. That's lawyer. That lawyer.
Wa
Since
interior mwenye
that
anataka
lawyer.
anafaa kupatiwa the okay,
Yeah.
what did he say
Yeah.
specifically?
It was quite interesting. Juu hata interior mtu hana those qualifications, but he'll make a good interior cabinet secretary hapo,
Why do you think so?
atajulia vitu mbele.
This like the difference between like that is the equivalent of saying I'm not a surgeon, but niingizeni kwa hiyo cooperating room and then nitajifunza as I go. That's essentially what you're saying right now, because like
See, he's a lawyer.
you can't just say no, lawyer and ministry of interior there's no correlation.
Si atajulia
There's
vitu mbele.
absolutely none.
Mm.
No, like you can't. You really. I don't really think you can say that mtu atajulia vitu mbele, because that is inviting chaos. You see, because like ukisema nitajulia like the rest of us don't get those opportunities za utajulia mbele. Like, if you apply for a job right now, they're going to tell you we need a minimum of 3 years experience. You can't tell them that nitajulia mbele. What type of shit is that? Like, if we have got to hold those that represent us to the same standard that we hold ourselves, or that we are held to. You can't just. I don't think you can just Because the last time we messed around with the Ministry of like Interior and Security and whatever, we gave it to Olelenku, who was a baker. Alafu yeye akaenda hapo
Yeah.
Westgate kutuambia mambo ya siege. Nigga couldn't even read, bro. Siege, come
Aya,
on, bro. Like, and
Olelenko alipewa. Jeez, hata sijai kujua hii
hey,
story. Ah! Huyu governor tu wa
bro,
Kajiado County.
na unaona vitu anafanya Kajiado. It's nothing, literally.
Anatutesa. Ai, help.
So you see, if you keep saying that, oh, atajulia mbele, nah, fuck that, bro. No, hatutaki story ya you either know what you're doing or you don't. Like someone said, there was I think it was from a movie I was watching or something. I can't remember correctly, but they were telling someone that after when I was going to interview this person, I asked them something, and they told me no, I know it a little, and I told them no, you cannot be a little pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. You either know what you're doing or you don't. Simple. Like there's nothing to discuss. Do you know what you're doing? No, get the fuck out. It's literally
Yeah,
that simple.
let
Cause like
us.
Wanji, I'm telling you, if yeah, yeah, get the fuck out. Cause like what are we talking about if you don't know what you're doing here? And these are not things that like you there's a school where you go and learn as you go. No, man, you go in there, you study these things, and you come in here and you tell us this is what I am qualified to do. I would have been completely fine if he would have been given the position of attorney general. At least then I know that he can practice. Because like yeah,
Yeah.
and like the position of attorney general was given to Muturi, who was also a judge before, so before he became speaker. So that kind of fits. But for him
He was
to
a
be given
judge.
that,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
yeah, he used to be a judge.
Mm.
Mm. So like for him to be given that, it's just it's mind boggling to me. It gives me a headache, and I'm very curious as to how this country is going to be run for the next 10 years. But we shall see. We shall see. That's all I can say. Literally, tutaona tu. Aisha Jumwa aliperform aje? Mi nataka kujua venye Aisha Jumwa aliperform.
I was not interested. I.
That lady, like the last time I saw her try to read something, she was reading a press statement, I think, for UDA or something. I can't remember. But
She
like
was,
she couldn't
I
read.
think, Yasmi or something.
No, no, no. It was a UDA. I think she was complaining about like Amazon Kingi joining UDA your time. And
Mm.
I'm like, this lady can't read. If she has the reading ability of a person in class 3. She reads like a person in class 3. And she's been
Okay.
given like a CS appointment. And it's crazy to me. Like, are we
Yake ni
and this
gani?
is this is something I the
Yake ni
Ministry
gani?
of I don't know. I can't even remember what but it's like it's right here, but it's not really. The public service, yeah. I think public service. So like it's very surprising to me that like, and this is a question I asked even for my Twitter before I decided to go off for a minute. Like, are
Mm.
we Ama is the president, as painful as that may sound coming from my mouth, like, is the president rewarding those that were loyal? Ama will he reward those that were loyal, or does he then give the job to the best of the brightest? Because for
I
real,
think
if
it's
you ask me,
rewarding.
like, yeah, like I want, like, if I go somewhere, if I'm hiring someone, if I'm doing something, like I want to be associated with the best of the brightest, not just those that stood with me. Because yes, you can stand with
Mm.
me all you want, but if you're not contributing in the right way, then we're never going to move forward. You see. But anyway, we'll see. Like you can't, being a politician and mobilizing as a politician does not then has no correlation to whether you can work or not. No,
Mhm.
that's just my opinion. Yeah, like if you, the fact that you can, and someone asked a very good question, like, for TV, I think the other day, I can't remember where I had it. Like, if we rejected these people, especially Aisha Jumwa and all these people that lost during the elections, like if the electorate themselves said, no, we don't want these people to represent us, why would you then bring them back to represent the people who rejected them? You see, it
Well,
makes no sense. It makes no sense to me.
Adi, those that lost the political seats, kama antics or real and the likes. See, they are chosen hapo kwa public servants. Hizo kind of jobs. Wote wako there.
Mm.
Ama mi nimeona zangu.
Me, I don't even at this point. I don't even care. Like if we, if this country wants to go to shit, let it go to shit, bro. I can't. I can't anymore.
Alafu unataka kujiita mzalendo. Ai, we.
Like for real. Like I'm not. Let me tell you. Like I love my country. I will forever like have love for this country. But then you cannot, to some degree, like if you can love, but then you can also just distance yourself from mediocrity.
Yeah.
Like the same way, it's like the same way. Like we have relatives that we don't talk to. You see, like even our
Mm.
parents have relatives. Like we love these people, but because they've refused to grow, then we cannot associate ourselves with them. Like we genuinely love you, but tukiongea ni like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, tuonane next year.
Bye.
That's just the reality of life. Yeah, that's just the reality of life. Like hivyo tu ndo kuko. So like
It
I'm
is
at
what
that
it
point where
is.
like Mimi and like your me and your dad are essentially at the same place right now. Like I voted for the first time. I'm not going to vote again in 2027 because I already know like what the results are going to be. So like what's the fucking point anyway? Yeah. So
Naombea mhili.
fuck it. It's not even about healing. Like it's just because healing is a process, and like you need to see progress before you can then start healing. Like huwezi kuwa unaniambia ni heal alafu naona Aisha Jumwa amekuwa appointed mahali, like what the fuck. Huwezi kuwa unaniambia ni heal na watu waliibia Kenya pesa wakati wa Goldenberg scandal, wako ndio wanataka kuwa prime minister. You can't tell me to heal na speaker wetu wa the National Assembly alikuwa anauza fake gold. Like bro, like you can't, like I imagine haiwezi tu happen. Like ntahilaje.
Ah, wewe heal.
How am I supposed to heal? Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Alafu mnaniambia ni heal na alafu mna reduce bei ya mafuta na 1 bob. What hiyo ni nini? So you
Wow,
see,
it is what
like
it is.
in order for people to start healing, they need to start seeing that like the they are being embraced by the country in itself. And like we are not being embraced. Like in as much as we can all say, oh, yeah, despite the fact that some people voted for Raila and some people voted for Ruto, sisi wote tunanunua mafuta bei ya 179. Nah, fuck that, bro. I don't care about like sisi wote. Like sisi both, yes, tunanunua wote mafuta at 179, but like mimi nilikuwa na 200 bob na nimenunua mafuta na 179. Ama sema mimi nilikuwa na punch na nimenunua mafuta na 179. I've only bought 2 liters of fuel. Hiyo ni like
One
340. Nao
liter.
niko na 160. Hiyo 160, hiyo ni mbaki na 160. Hiyo 160 niko nayo itanunua hata si 160. 140 itanunua maziwa na mkate. Alafu hata nimebaki na 40 bob. Hata si 40, nabaki na 20 bob. Out of 500 nabaki na 20
Maziwa
bob.
by then
Wewe
ni
utanunua,
45
yes
kama ni.
tutanunua wote na 179. Wewe lakini wewe utakuwa na like 5k kwa your pocket. Na mimi niko na 500. So you see, that's the difference. It's not like about we're buying them at the same prices. It's just because there is a certain disparity, all right? And like until that gap is bridged, which it might never be, and it might never, and hata kama Raila angeshinda probably haingekuwa bridged bado, but like until we have equity and equality, people will still always be angry. Always. Because now we were told by these people that call themselves hustlers na hata hawajui tunapikanga na mgas, hawajui tunalipanga tokens na gas
Hiyo
na
ni nini?
tokens za gas na mtu anajiita hustler. Na so you
Ah,
see, like anasema oh mimi ni hustler, but like you don't once you get there you immediately forget about the people that you were meant to serve.
mm,
You start pandering to the rich. So you see,
Wewe
like it's
umejipitililia sana.
see,
It's
see, like
okay.
you're in government. You're like in government. So acha nikuuliza Wanji, let's just be honest with one another. Umefurahi, are you happy about the fact that bei ya mafuta imeshuka na 1 bob?
Imeshuka na 1 bob. Hata sijui.
Yeah, 14th wali announce so imeshuka na 1 bob. Does
Lakini
that make you happy? Despite the fact
not
that
really.
cost ya importation imepungua significantly, therefore bei ya mafuta inafaa ipungue significantly, but that's not what's happening. So you tell me,
Kidogo
would you
ni
be happy?
kidogo hapo ah, acha nisijibu. He,
Exactly. Exactly. So like there's ile nyimbo fulani ya reggae inaendangaje, do you see anything to smile about, you know?
kwa sasa hakuna.
Hauna
Unacheka
maoni?
nini hata? Hata kucheka unacheka nini?
Oh my god. Anyway, I can't cry. There's nothing. If there's nothing to be happy about, as I've told you, I choose to focus on the positives.
Hmm.
Bei ya mafuta imeshuka na 1 bob. Yeah, at least imeshuka.
Eh, sina maoni kwa sasa.
Anyway, kwanza ujue the day before bei ya mafuta ishuke, ilishuka
Hmm.
Friday, you know.
Hmm.
Ilishuka Friday at midnight. Friday
This Friday
that
ama
Friday
last
afternoon,
Friday?
last Friday.
Hmm.
That Friday afternoon, me and a friend were running some errands, and
Hmm.
then so tukaingia kwa petrol station. Sisi
Hmm.
tuliuziwa mafuta na
Hmm.
176.
Hmm.
That petrol station was new, so alikuwa na like a discount. So tuliuziwa na 176. So tulikuwa tunasema situkuje kesho, maybe itakuwa imeshuka na 10 bob. Kumbe
Hmm. Kusina
the
10
following day
bob.
when we went back, the following day when we went back, ilikuwa imepanda imefika 178. Hata discount wametoa. So
Hmm.
bro, like I can't. I honestly like cannot with this country anymore. For real, for real. Like I've reached a point where because I'm like, okay, whatever happens, happens.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah. On other matters, however, what's been nilikuwa nimeona picha fulani za Vera. What was going on with her?
Yeah. Ha? Hey, yeah. Siwezi kuamini Photoshop ama ni Photoshop. What? Aki
Uh,
tulikuwa tumebeba ujinga. Ah, si sote. Wow. Cloud
what was
chasing
it
is
for?
real.
Why had she chosen to like Photoshop her own photos?
See, like to get people's attention, yeah, like how surgeries go wrong, sijui after a while, sijui the birth, how that birth implant, it was like she was implying it as fake ama ilikuwa ati just a surgery gone wrong. And sijui ilikuwa imemletea life complications, life death. She was in a near life death, and it was life death situation. And
Mm-hmm.
in court akasema sijui like it was putting her in danger, and she opted to remove it na tumpende vile iko. Ilikuwa hivyo for a while, for 2 days, and then boom, mtu anatoa rap song ama sijui ni hip hop song ama ni house song.
I can't.
Tulibebwa
Oh my
aje.
god.
Mi
So
hata
all this so so
I
all
can't.
this was for all this was for her to release music.
Yeah, cloud chasing for her to get get views.
Views.
Imagine.
Like and I think that is essentially my beef with like Kenyan celebrities
Mi
and like
hata mi
people who are
sitaki.
in the no like because like you see as a country you see now this is where I get angry with my country
Mm.
because as a country we have fallen in love with mediocrity. Like
Ah,
anything mediocre utatupata hapo ndani, hapo ndani.
hata itakuwa
and
ina
and even
trend.
myself, I'm guilty. Yeah, and I'm guilty of that at times. Like mediocrity, like we are deeply in it. Like we have mediocre politicians, like we have mediocre our movies are trying, but we have mediocre music, and we have mediocre entertainers, like to the point where people say stupid shit just so they can their names can trend for a few days. Like we have someone who for and as quote unquote bitter as this may sound, like we have someone who will now be working at the deputy president's office just because she gave him the nickname Rigiji. Like for real,
Nigi-
is that
hata mi
are those
I
the
declare
qualifications that we
people
are asking for? Like, are those the qualifications that we're asking for? Like, be able to name someone Rigi. Like, what the fuck has this country come
ah,
to, bro? It's
ati
very
you adding
disheartening.
talent.
What talent is there in naming someone Rigiji? Are you fucking stupid?
Wa ingekuwa siku za Moi hata angeona light of day.
Rigiji, bro, Rigiji? Come on, man. Like literally,
Yeah.
you all you did was replace the B in Biggie G with R. There is no talent there. Eventually, someone else would have figured it out. You were just the first one to. But anyway, I digress
We
on
are
that
happy
issue,
for
yeah,
her.
G
She
and
got a
whatever.
job.
And I'm not happy for anybody. I'm digressing. Anyway,
Hai
all I'm
wewe
saying is like,
itabidi
hii issue ya
wewe heal
hii issue ya
kidogo tuambie heal wewe.
issue ya like the whole Vera situation, like for like all these entertainers who are now realizing that they are washed up are always trying something new. We had Diana Marwa who now telling us that she could sing in whatever when she has absolutely no talent. Like I was telling someone the other day that like if someone came to me and told me like ukisikiza nyimbo ya Diana Marwa we're going to bring your father back to life, I would say I'm not going to do it, because budangu atarudi back to life and then ataniuliza, my son, what did you have to do to bring me back to earth? And I said
Mm,
nilisikiza nyimbo ya Diana Marwa, akasema hebu niwekee nisikie, ningemwekea asikie
Diana B.
adedi tena. I was not going to do that shit again. Like for real. Like I've never even listened to this woman, but I can already tell she is talentless. Talentless.
Nilisikia the like snip. Wow, hata kama
Mhm.
ni kizungu mzuri lakini I no.
Like you see, like if you all these entertainers are realizing they're washed up, and then they realize the next best thing is let's try music, because like everybody thinks that like for you to be able to just because you have a nice face and a nice voice and not even a nice voice,
And
just
you're
a
an
nice face
influencer.
and you're an influencer, you can then create music. Like, bro, and this is why, like Nigerians and like country, every other country, like Tanzanians, Ugandans, their music is selling better than ours. Because like for them, music is not just something you do to get money, ama something you do for clicks. It's something they genuinely enjoy doing. Like they put their hearts and souls into the music they make, and that's why guys like Sauti Sol and Yashinsky will never like disappear. They will always be relevant because like this
Yeah.
is stuff they do that comes from their hearts. We don't just do it because oh yeah, we felt like dropping a couple of bars and like we did it. Nah, fam. No. No. And I say it to you again. No. Fuck that
That's
shit
not the way.
completely. Like just stop.
Tuache hizo mambo za cloud chasing. Stop. Eh,
Because like we are becoming such a mediocre country, like we are losing even the respect of those that were below us. For
hata
real. Like because
I was saying like naona after she released those like vile alikuwa anatuonyesha through kwa stories some
Mhm.
celebrities like kina big celebrities walikuwa na like congratulate for her coming out and saying it's not real like na congratulate her ya ku create an awareness to the girls out here who are
Mhm.
like wanataka ku get into like get such surgeries like niliwasikilia pole juu kulikuwa mnabeba
Now they now
watoto
they look like now they look like idiots.
clowns there just
Mm.
walisema pole well
Like bro, so you see, like it is now. we have to suffer like secondhand embarrassment for these guys. Like you see,
Wow,
now
yeah.
it's like it's
It's
cringy. Like it's
international.
cringy.
No.
Like why is it and why is it that people all these people think that for you to make for your music to sell you must do some stupid shit. Like this I saw this other Chile was saying what's her name? Jovial. What's her name? What's her name? The one that's
Jovio.
dating Willie Paul now. Yeah,
I
she was saying
see alisema it's clout. Like she
yeah,
came
I
out
know it's
like,
clout. Like, yeah,
wow.
she was saying, "Oh, my views on my songs have increased since I started dating with Paul." Like, if you make genuinely good music, people are going to listen to your music. You
Mm.
don't have to do stupid shit for your music to sell. Like the minute you do stupid shit, when all I can now think about is the stupid shit you'll do next, because now people don't want to listen to like Vera's music, even if through some miracle her music is amazingly good. People don't want to listen to Vera's music anymore. Now people want to see what's the next stupid thing, dumb fucking thing she'll do, so that we can listen to her music next. What's the next thing Jovial will do, so that we can then listen to her music next? What's the next thing Willie Paul will do, so that we can listen to their music next? It's now it stops being about your music. It becomes about your gimmicks. Like you take us away from the fact that and it could be genuinely good music, but we won't listen to it as wholeheartedly as we would have, because now we know that like now you think that like in order for your music to sell you must then do some dumb shit. So you see, like I'm just embarrassed for this country right now, and I'm now not I'm praying every day for this country that we improve, and if we don't improve at least tupate mtu atupige mabare tuamke, because what the fuck is this?
Tuchapwe tu tusikie. Ai, tuamke.
Kadhaa mabare tu mabare mpaka yani tuamke, because what the hell.
Mtu
my dad
anapita
my dad used to
anatubipa hapa.
my dad used to say that like
Mm.
mtu anakushika na mikono yote mbili, so unaona both hands in your face, sawa, alafu ana widen anakuja anazishikanisha na uso yako, unaamka, unasikia tu unaamka, so like even though tunafaa as a country,
We need a
like we're
wake up
supposed to
call,
be
G.
like
Yeah?
we need sense, ile the wake up call in ya Grouch ameitwa nani, what's his name?
Yeah, wake up call by Grumpy.
Yeah, anafaa kutengeneza a massive whip, iache kuwa mziki, ikuwe tu sasa ni viboko tunaamshwa
Kidogo
nazo.
Andrew Kibe akuja hapa na his whips.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm not even someone that supports the message that Andrew Kibe preaches, but like you realize at some point that this is serious bullshit. Especially the past 2 weeks have been just nauseating, literally like you feel like what. You listen to someone speak and you're like, what? Did that really just come out of your mouth? I mean, did you just type that? Did you just post that for people to read? Like, come on. It's
Ah,
embarrassing. Anyway,
mm,
what shall we do?
hakuna imagine tuchapwe tu iishe.
Eh, tuna- tunafaa kuingia like Waisraeli walichapwa mia ngapi? Ni 7 ama ni 10, whatever number it was. Tunawekwa viboko kila asubuhi, unaamka kwanza unapigwa kiboko, unaambiwa this is just for
Daily
being
dose.
Kenyan. Just for hauna makosa, yani makosa yako tu ni kukuwa Mkenya. Chapwa yako,
Lakini
unaamka unaenda.
tunachapwa na economic crisis huku nje.
Hiyo hata haitoshi kama bado pesa hamna kwa mfuko na bado mnafanya ujinga badala ya kutafuta pesa.
Si
Pigwe tena
wanatafuta
viboko
pesa,
zingine.
wanatafuta pesa na hiyo cloud chasing.
Sasa mnafanya ujinga, hamna pesa na mnafanya ujinga ndio mtafute pesa. Ammonia, it makes
Have the
sense.
capacity. Don't have the capacity.
Sisi hatuna nguvu.
Tuna nguvu.
Sisi hatuna uwezo.
Hey. Anyway.
Hey, all I'm just to conclude on that issue, all I'm saying is that like if you want to make good music, you have to first understand what good music is, right? Like you have to everything, and that's why people say you can never stop learning. Like everything is a process of learning. You have to learn what it takes to make good music. You have to learn what good music is so that you can then make good music. That's why like Soul Generation never miss they always hit the targets, right? Because they've learned from like guys like Akina Sauti Sol, and Sauti Sol have mentored them through by playing like outstanding music for them. I'm sure that like if you ask these Sauti Sol guys who they listen to the most, it wouldn't be like some tiki tack musicians who could do kwa street. It's like
Haiwezi
the
kuwa.
I'm pretty sure they listen to award-winning musicians, and even if they haven't won awards, like the music they make is outstanding music. And even if you ask, watch at our, let me not even go to like so just say Brooklyn Boys. If you listen to like the music,
Kina
if you ask
nani?
Brooklyn,
Kidogo
yeah,
umenipoteza.
if you ask, you don't know the Brooklyn anyway. If you listen to the music that Brooklyn Boys make, you will know that there is a foundation from which they set off. They had a foundation of listening to like musicians that are really really good, so that you can then come and make good. Because you can't just wake up and say, okay, yeah, Nico in the studio, mic check, mic check, mic check, turn
One,
my
two,
mic up,
one.
turn my mic up, yeah, 1 2, nah man, come on, shut up bro, and exit the stage.
Sawa
Yeah.
basi. Leo umekuwa mkali. Sawa.
If you make good music, here's the kicker. If you make good music, you don't have to do stupid things to make your music sell. Umeona Sauti Sol wakienda sijui anasema cloud chase ama wakipost vitu za cloud chase.
Hai wapi?
Exactly. If you make good, ile unaona the thing where we said ile tulisoma in like primary. Kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. Right there. That's
Tembea.
that is,
Tembea
is,
bro.
is these gimmicks that these artists are doing. I'm not even artists. Let me not call them artists. These gimmicks that these entertainers are doing are just an indication that the product that they are presenting to us is not as good. That they need to do something in order to market the product instead of the product marketing them.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sauti Soul's music, we don't. If it was like personally, I don't think Sauti Sol needed to make ile TV show yao, because their music had already sold them to us. We don't need to know who Savara is dating, ama who Polycarp is dating. Like we didn't care about that before they told us. We didn't care. But all these new artists, they're always like, "Oh, this is who I'm dating, and this is what we are doing. Now listen to our music." Now we don't care about you, ama who you're in bed with. We only care about your music you're making. But anyway, I digress. I digress.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Thank you for tuning in to the Easy As podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. Keep the conversation going by connecting with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be sure to also subscribe to our YouTube channel and look out for more content. Thank you, and remember, stay easy.